Thanks for tuning in to another Roddy session here on NoiseROT TV. It's a studio session where I get to talk with local musicians, and you get to check out some new music. I'm your host, Daniel Alvarez, and you notice we decided to step out of the studio, and we're here enjoying the weather at the Posted River East in Fort Worth, Texas. Our guest tonight has held a residency here, performing on the stage every Thursday for the last 4 years. And with the venue's imminent closure, I felt it was only right to bring him here one last time for another round on the patio. He's an American award-winning singer-songwriter who's toured the U.S. since 2014 with his engaging blend of Americana and West Coast folk. As a strong DIY advocate for local music, he's also a founding member of Here Fort Worth, as well as a strong supporter for the Fort Worth Public Library's local music showcase, Amplify 817. I'm happy to say, joining me on the courtyard tonight, my good friend, Jacob Furr.
Hi, DJ.
Hey, man.
That was a wonderful intro. That's like the best one I ever got.
Hey, man. I'm here for you. Let's jump right into it, man. Thank you.
Open all the windows, open all the doors. I'm ready to be ready, I'm not afraid anymore. And take me at my word, love, take me as I am. The time has come to sweep up the best of broken plans. Well, outside, the sun and moon are turning. Inside my heart there's a turning too. And I don't know what set this into motion, but I'm happy it led me to you. So lay down all your reasons, just leave them at the door. Tonight you will be mine, love, and I will be yours. And when the morning comes, love, and it all begins again, I hold on to your memories like I hold on to your hand. Well, outside, the sun and moon are turning. Inside my heart there's a turning too. And I don't know what set this into motion, but I'm happy it led me to you. Yeah, outside the sun and moon are turning. Inside my heart there's a turning too. And I don't know what set this into motion, but I'm happy they led me to you. That song's called Turning. That's off my new album. And then this song is called Take Care. It's also on a new record. Well, take care of the things that get left behind. Don't let them fall beneath the dust of time. 'Cause the darkness comes without, the darkness comes within. It'll try to take everything you've been given. So take care, take care, take care. And take care of the dreams that grow in your mind. Give them water, set them out in the sunlight. 'Cause the darkness comes without, the darkness comes within. It'll try to take everything you've been given. So take care, take care, take care. And hold it all freely, let it go easy. The open hand is ready to receive. Yeah, hold it all freely and let it go easy. The open hand is ready to receive. So take care, take care, take care. And take care of the well that's in your heart. Draw deeply on its waters. Don't let down your guard. 'Cause the darkness comes without, the darkness comes within. It'll try to take everything you've been given. And take care of the ones that need your love. Don't keep them waiting long, no. Just fill them up. 'Cause the darkness comes without, the darkness comes within. And it'll try to take everything you've been given. So take care, take care, take care.
Yes.
Thanks, buddy.
It's a different experience, like actually not bartending and getting to sit here and actually like enjoy you.
like being like zeroed in one-on-one.
Yeah. No, it was nice. I feel like Terry and everybody just hanging out, right?
It's a weird experience doing it like alone too, like this, because like usually I'm like terrified to lift my eyes up off the fretboard of my guitar.
Gotcha.
And so it's nice that there's nobody here.
When I played in a band, it's all muscle memory because I can't separate so I really like your guitar style.
Okay.
You're able to pluck and kind of, I don't know how to separate like guitar playing from like vocal work and everything like that.
Oh yeah,
So,
that's a whole thing.
yeah, I can't do it. I like practice my heart out and then I forget. So when I mess up, like I mess up.
Oh man. I grew up playing like classical guitar because my mom wanted me to learn how to play real guitar. quote unquote.
Real guitar,
Yeah.
dude.
And which I'm glad of. It was a great way to start playing guitar. But like because of that, I developed this really bad habit of like watching my hands the whole time.
Gotcha.
Because when you're playing classical, you're not like looking out, like making
Sure.
eye contact and being like, "Hey, what's up?"
Yeah.
And so now when I play, I'm like, I don't even need to watch my hands, but I just have to. I'm like, "Oh, where am I at? What am I doing?"
Would you say, because you play, every time I watch you play like super solid without skipping a beat. From my perspective,
Oh,
like you
dang.
don't mess up at all. So I'm like,
Oh, thanks.
how do you just like
It's just I
just
just
practice all the
do
time?
it all the time. Yeah, I was telling somebody earlier that like, guitar playing and learning how to do it's just all repetition to begin with. And
Gotcha.
it's just all I've like ever wanted to do and love doing. It was like, yeah.
And you've been doing it
all
for,
I've done. Been doing it for a long time.
Yeah.
Been playing since I was a little kid. Yeah, so it's fun.
when did you feel like that transition of like, oh, I'm like a musician, like I'm getting paid, I'm doing the damn thing every day?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. I kind of fell into it like, because I always wanted to be a songwriter and like be a professional musician. But I didn't know like how you did it. Like
Yeah.
I didn't know there was like a system or a process to doing it.
Right, yeah.
So I was just playing anytime anybody would let me play, and then just eventually like started getting enough gigs that it was like, oh,
Just
cool. I
consistent
just
where
do
like,
this all
oh,
the time. Yeah,
I'm,
this is
I'm
like,
in it now.
Yeah, it's like
yeah.
like a job is like in the way of doing this at that point.
Gotcha.
And it's like, oh, I guess that this is what I do all full time now. So,
Yeah, done deal. So you have 3 albums under your belt, the latest being Turning.
Yeah.
You opened up with Turning. Like, what are those songs to you? Like, what is the meaning behind them or the message you want to get across?
Turning specifically, the album is like it's sort of like the end of that 3-album cycle.
Okay.
Like I put an album out after college in like 2008. That's like I took it off the internet.
Really? Why?
Because it's home recorded, and I just like the songs are like, you know, like your first baby beginner songs.
I hear you.
And so I was like, well, and I have control of it, and I was
For
like,
sure.
I'm
You're
just
like,
gonna.
I'll just-
I mean, it's still there, but it's like hidden, and so I could unhide it at any moment,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't think I'm going to. But anyways, those 3 albums, yeah, they all came. I've talked about this pretty extensively with folks in the past, so I'm not super uncomfortable talking about it, but they originally started just as like just songs that I was writing, and then my wife at the time passed away in 2013.
Yeah.
And so those songs, some of the songs that I had already written sort of like had a new life to them, and then I wrote the rest of that first album after that experience and like put that all together. And then the second album was like a further continuation of that exploration of like grief and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. It's just the healing process.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's like the healing process in 3 albums, hopefully, for anybody that wants to sit and listen to all 3 of them in a row. But yeah, that second one's real angry and rock and roll, and then this new one, Turning, as I hope you heard, is like kind of happy, and like some love songs fell out, and you know, there's some joy in the guitar playing, and it's not just like, you know, bashing on it.
Yeah, it's new life. Yeah.
Yeah, it feels good. So
That's good.
It feels happy.
I'm happy for you for doing that.
It's nice to feel happy.
Of course, yeah. It's I've mentioned this before too with people. I'm an emotional writer. I'll write music like I can't write when I'm happy. I write a lot when I'm sad.
Oh, yeah,
but then I don't normally venture back into those later because it's just hard feelings to
It's like
kind of
a catharsis sort of situation.
Yeah.
I get that. There's nothing wrong with that.
No,
like
no.
people say that all the time. Like songwriters, they'll get up and play and be like, "Oh, sorry, it's another sad song," and it's like, well, don't apologize for the way you felt.
It's awesome.
Like
you
felt that way and you wrote it. Like, just
don't feel
do
bad
it,
for
you know?
feeling.
Yeah, just put it out there. Just play it.
Yeah, I come from like rock and metal and alt. So when I started working for the Post or like Avalon in general, getting in my foot in the door with like singer songwriters, yourself, Katie Robinson, and a few other people that I would see on the patios all the time, I started realizing like I love this. Like it's all genuine like music. I don't know how else to say that, and
I get that, yeah.
I really like that a lot. Especially like the imagery that you have in your writing is really awesome.
Yeah.
It's not just like the sky, bye, hi stuff. You know what I mean?
I have a lot of sky and birds in my songs, though.
Which is not bad. No.
I get that. Yeah, I like the rock stuff and the heavier stuff for the opposite reason is that it's like it's not that it's not personal, but it's like you can sort of like not hide. I don't know how to say it best, but you can sort of like perform this thing, and it doesn't have to be this like super intimate one-on-one experience.
For sure.
It can be this like group thing, and I love that.
Yeah, I'll extend it even like I like a lot of metal because it get into like fantasy stuff and
Exactly.
It's just like crazy.
Yeah, it's just
crazy
like
stuff.
fun.
It's
you know?
awesome.
Yeah, there's a
music
lot
is
of
awesome.
songwriters that do that, like solo stuff. Like John Darnell from the Mountain Goats is a great example of that. That like, it's this like like he's got a whole album like about a D&D like thing
just
that
like
he did.
gotcha.
And like it's just it's you can do, or Dan Byrne that played here last week.
Yeah.
He just put out an album that's just like all songs about baseball.
Yeah,
like
done deal.
It doesn't have to be this like super emotional thing that I do all the time.
For sure.
But like I feel like that's easier with the rock and roll stuff sometimes. It's
Yeah.
like even like older stuff, like 70s stuff or 60s stuff, it's like it's just fun. Like it's there to just be fun, you know?
Yeah, hell yeah. Speaking of fun, when do you decide to just pull a 12 string out? When does that become like I need this on a song?
Oh,
like,
I don't know. I just got this like a week ago from a friend of mine, Kevin Aldridge. We were at a bar and he was like, I got a 12 string for sale. And I was like, I want that guitar. I'm going to buy that guitar. And so I bought the guitar from him. I've always wanted a 12 string, like ever since I started playing it. Like I think they're the coolest thing ever.
it sounds great. It's
It's
also,
super
it's a fun
cool. I
instrument.
love it. Yeah, I've always wanted one. And I finally got one. And now I'm trying to figure out how to play it because it's like a different animal altogether. So
Hell yeah.
it's a beast.
But then you play like mandolin, you play like
Yeah, I like to have a bunch of
little
weird stuff. I've always said breadth, not depth. Like I just
Heard.
I like dabbling in lots of little things and being like, oh, that's fun. How does that work?
Gotcha. So then, like, aside from like patio gigs, you've done like improv at the planetarium. You do like like some Irish gigs. You've done like the murder ballads. Like,
Yeah.
you just like jumping wherever you can.
I just try mixing it up, just having fun. Like especially like staying in my lane of stuff. You know, like
Gotcha.
I wanted to start a stoner metal band at one point.
Yeah, no, I remember. We could have. We still can technically.
but like that, that would take so much effort for me to do that because it's
sure.
like so far outside of my realm of experience. But like improvisational, like ambient stuff, I do that on my own at the house all the time, just to like peace out, and have a good
Gotcha.
time. Or the murder ballads, or any of it, like it's all within my lane. But I like try to find like different ways of doing it, because doing just like songwriter, here's my songs over and over and over again, just gets a little bit boring for me after a while.
With being like full-time musician, you do a lot of patio gigs. Do you find yourself like burning out, and how do you like recover from that, so to speak?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's part of like staying curious about the other stuff is
Gotcha,
like, and like watching lots of different things and listening to lots of different things and just trying to be like, what's out there that like I don't know how to do yet.
Okay.
That I can sort of like, but once again, like stuff that I don't know how to do that's still in my world, because there's so many people that do the solo guitar thing that like I learn so much from all the time. So that's really inspirational and keeps me from like burning out completely.
Gotcha.
And then, yeah, like patio gigs, they're a necessary part of my life. And I don't dislike them. Like
No.
I used to dislike them. Like I used to be like really mad about them. And then I got over that and realized like, oh, this is just like, it's fun because you never know who you're going to meet, number one. But number two, I just get to like do whatever I want to on the guitar.
It's kind of
because
great.
nobody's really paying attention most of the time. Like, I mean, sometimes they are, but like you get to like, being very nice.
No, I mean, I would have.
But like you get to like noodle around and like be like, oh, I wonder if I could do that, and then you do, and you go, oh, that was cool. I'm going to put that in the song, or
okay,
like add something to it.
Kind of like workshop.
Yeah, I try to just like use it as like a workshopping time and just be like, what's happening here?
Get
Or,
a couple of loop pedals and just like just go all out.
I've done the loop pedal thing like once or twice. I'm not very good at it, but yeah.
Nah, it's awesome.
It's that whole like getting it on the one. I can't ever figure it out.
Yeah. Some people got like the massive boards, and I'm just like, have fun with that.
Yeah, I've seen some people do some cool stuff with it, and I can't do it. So.
Have you ever do you ever like go out and then you pay attention, or do you find yourself like if you're out on a patio and you're watching a musician, or do you find yourself tuning out just because it's like, oh
that's
or even like
that's a hard question, DJ.
Right? I know it's kind of messed up because if you admit
yeah, right. No. Yeah, don't go to patios.
Yeah.
No, I tune in. Like I like hearing.
Have you found anyone that you're like, oh, that guy?
Yeah, the thing about patio,
awesome.
I mean, if we're being perfectly honest, the thing about patio gigs is like most people just play the same set of songs as everybody else does on patios, and that's why you get hired to play patio gigs, because it's like the live experience of like hearing a James Taylor song.
For sure,
is great for people, and it's a good mood builder. I've never really done that very well because I don't know a lot of those songs.
Heard.
And like it's not that they're not interesting to me. I just don't have the brain capacity for them. So like I know the songs that I know, and it's long enough to cover a patio gig. And it's I know that I can make a good mood. But yeah, all that to say, yeah, most people play about the same set of songs. But I really love, like you mentioned, Katie Robertson. She's always like surprising. Like you just never know what she's gonna do. So I like it that if I'm like out somewhere and I hear somebody playing and it's like surprising what's going on. But the reality of it is that most people play the same songs because that's kind of what you're expected to do anyways,
Gotcha. I've really enjoyed you bringing a lot of out-of-towners now for like the Thursdays, and that's been a really
my
cool
favorite
experience.
Yeah, we've done, well, I'm sad this is going away because this stage particularly has been, it's a cool like middle ground. Like it's a patio stage, but then we've sort of like cultivated it into this like half listening thing where like we have a crowd that comes to listen, and they sort of like their energy sort of seeps out into everybody else. Yeah. And people tend to pay attention fairly well out here. I mean, they talk still, but it's fine. Yeah. But that's what I like about it. Is like it's very relaxed for everybody involved. Like we can sit up here and play. You can have your conversation. Like it's totally cool because it's outdoors and it's
beautiful compared to most places. It's something to really appreciate that we had. Yeah, it's a pretty awesome spot.
Yeah, and I try to bring people that are different and interesting out and be like, this is something that you wouldn't have heard if you were going out around town. So that's why it's like mostly been focused on like out of town dudes and gals, just because it's like, hey, we need that like jolt of difference here.
Mm-hmm.
You've heard me play for the past couple of years. Like let's like add this extra element into it, and like for me personally, see what I can respond with musically, but then also have like people know that we're gonna go hang out for this free show on this patio, and we don't know what's gonna happen. It's gonna be original music. It might be some covers that we didn't think we were gonna hear.
Sure.
So it's an interesting concept.
Hell yeah.
It's
well,
fun.
speaking of original music, I'll go ahead, let you jump back into it.
Oh, here, let me switch over guitars here. Speaking of the 12-string.
I was excited for it.
I know, I'm
I was happy
excited
you brought
for
it.
Yeah, no. I'm pumped that it's here and it's in my life. I took it to I'm going to keep talking while I do this.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
I took it to Folk Alliance this weekend.
Yeah, I was
which is
going to
like-
ask you. Please tell me about that.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
But Folk Alliance is this like crazy experience, and you're running around, and it's not advisable to bring a 12-string to that because like
Why?
you have to like tune, like in the room. It's there's no plugged in, and it's just this like wild, crazy thing. And somebody was like, "That's really ambitious, bringing a 12-string to Folk Alliance." I just looked at him and said, "Yeah, but I don't care about how long it takes me to tune," which is not a good joke, I know, but at the time it sounded funny. Anyways.
Heard.
I don't know how I'm going to do this. I haven't played these songs on this guitar yet. I'm not going to lie to you. But
No problem.
that's kind of what I'm enjoying about this is that it's, once again, talking back about that like burnout thing. Like you do this for a long time. You got to keep it interesting. These 3 songs, let's see. The first one's called 1 Hour. It's another little love song. It's on the new album. And then I'll just surprise you after that. I don't know which song I'm going to do after that.
My love is a snowfall on the desert. As soon as she comes, quickly she is gone. She comes on quiet, like a whisper. Blooms of sage open by her song. As she moves slowly through the daylight, she loves 1 hour at a time. She don't lie, no, she's my straight talker. The days move around her by design. My love is a sunrise on the prairie. Songs of birds fill the sky of gold. A cool breeze when day is over. A cool drink for your thirsty soul. As she moves slowly through the daylight, she loves 1 hour at a time. She don't lie, no, she's my straight talker. The days move around her by design. Well, I'm lonely for my lover, and I'm lonely for my friend. Your voice is a comfort but I miss the touch of your hands. So meet me in El Paso beneath the stars, and we'll listen to the song of our hearts. So I traced your constellations, searched your body for a sign. The song I was seeking was written in your eyes. And don't make me sing all alone, for I would be blue if you were gone. And I see you in the river, your eyes of blue and green. Love flows on eternal, a gentle melody. It repeats, it repeats. And I don't want to find another song to sing. I went to sleep at 4 in the morning. I was awake by 6 a.m. Looked out my window to find it had been raining, the cold fronts coming in. They say April showers bring flowers, and that makes me think of you. Oh, I hope your garden is growing. Hope the sunlight's breaking through. 'Cause my time alone has been wasted, always late, coming up short. And the songs and the keys, the sad melodies, they don't move me like they did before. So I'll bind up my heart, weary traveler, pack my things, get ready to go. Well, the world isn't waiting, no, it keeps on repeating. Follow the path you already know.
I love you.
I love you too. I love this 12 string too.
I really like El Paso.
Isn't that a
Yeah.
good? I love that song.
That's a good song.
I'm
That's
glad
great.
that you like that song.
That transition's awesome too, by the way.
Isn't that
like
cool?
how you just tie it all?
Yeah, I like putting them
You
all
just-
together.
You
like,
just did that intentionally?
no, I
or-
didn't plan that. Those are off of like. Well, the first song's off the last album. The second song's off of the middle album, and then the last song that's off the first album.
Too late.
Or no, it's off the new record too. So I don't remember what it went. 1 hour, El Paso, and then Too Late. Yeah. So yeah,
That's kinda
I don't know.
cool.
I just
Different
like
eras,
I
but
just
they
love this
still-
tuning on this guitar. It's just fun. And
It's
I like using it a
transcending.
lot.
It's nice.
It's cool,
Yeah,
right?
it sounds
What I
cool.
want to do with this is tune it down another full step though.
Yeah.
And have it in like open C tuning because this
Okay.
is open D, and have it like really low because I've been listening to like all these guys that do like it's called American Primitive Guitar, which is another like
American
curiosity
Primitive.
of mine. It's like solo instrumental acoustic guitar music, but not like you'd think it would be. It's
Okay.
like this like really like folky primitive sounding thing. But some people
Primitive
take it.
sounds crazy.
I don't know how to explain the primitive part of it, honestly, because there's other people that do it that like they have their own thing. There's this guy named Hayden Padigo in Amarillo right now that just like did this like world tour where he just plays guitar and it's all by himself and it's like this beautiful stuff. So,
Okay.
anyways, I'm really into that,
You
like
should- you
instrumental
gotta send
guitar
that to me
stuff.
later, 'cause that
Yeah,
sounds
it's cool.
cool.
Yeah, you'll like it. It's badass.
With your music, do you find yourself doing like lyrical content first and then like figuring out the song structure, or do you kind of like already have like the guitar worked out and then the lyrics come to you later, so to speak?
I don't know. Like I get the lyrical idea, and then I try to find something like
Like the mood, I
that
guess.
musically kind of fits it after that. But like, it's not a whole lyric idea. I don't mean to say like I write the lyrics first.
For sure.
Because I have to have like to get the lyrics out for me. I have to have like some sort of like structure in mind and like know like, okay, this is the guitar part for this song.
Gotcha.
Like that last one, Too Late. Like I had that da 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 da, that little bass line. And I just started writing the lyrics on top of it. And I thought, I'll come back to this and like put more parts on it.
Yeah.
And then I got done. I was like, no, I think I'm just going to keep this 4-note thing just happening the whole time.
There you
Just
go.
turn it into this like drone sort of situation.
nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's cool. I dig it. It's fun.
I was gonna ask you.
I'm glad you like it.
As a teacher, because you teach guitar,
Uh-huh.
do you find yourself like ever restricted with your writing, being that there's like so-called rules with music, so to speak, or there's the theory, right? Or do you find
Oh.
yourself like liberated with like the literacy that comes with teaching and practicing and so forth? Because I like just knowing how people write music in general.
Yeah,
Everyone's
that's
got a process.
That's a hard question because it's like you ask good questions too. By the way, you're very insightful.
Thank you.
I don't know, cause like I think teaching has made me like more aware of my guitar playing.
Okay.
But I don't know that that's necessarily a good thing.
Gotcha.
Like I don't want to say that like teaching has like made me not a
No,
you know,
no,
or
I don't take
not
it like
anything
that.
like that. But it's definitely made me more aware of what I'm doing, which I haven't quite figured out how to turn into a positive for myself yet.
Heard.
Like right now, I'm just like focused on like cleaning stuff up, and sort of like using little tricks that I can find on my already done songs. Honestly, like the stuff that I'm trying to write right now is more like I'm trying to be as simple as I can, and like go back to this like really sort of like, can I get by with just like 3 chords on this and just make it like real groovy,
Gotcha.
and work right. But I don't know, that might just be a curiosity, and I just need to like follow my own just do Jacob. Just do
Yeah,
me.
exactly.
You know?
You don't have to live by anyone else's rules. You know?
Yeah, I can do whatever I want to. I'm an independent artist. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah, no, when I was at UNT, I did like a little bit of music theory, and I couldn't retain it. But what I did was what I was learning. I kept thinking, man, I've been playing guitar wrong, or I've been playing this wrong, and I felt weird about it.
No.
But then I've also seen the good side of like, oh, if I know my scales, or if I know, even like my circle of fifths and all whatever have you, I'm like, oh, I can go here, I can do this, I can do that, and like listening like your chord choices, I'm just impressed with you across the board.
Thanks,
it's
buddy.
really cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm like not one of those guitar teachers that's like, okay, here's your theory, and then I like shred on the thing. I try to find like I was saying a second ago, like following myself down and following my own curiosity. I try to find that for everybody and be like, okay, here's the bits that you need to like do that, and like if it's outside of my purview, then I'll send you to somebody else or whatever. So I don't think theory like ruins that for anybody in my context. I hope not.
I hope not either.
Because I like to think about it as like, oh, it's just like language. It's like using different little things to make things more interesting. But I know some people that use theory to like write these gorgeous things that I would have never thought of otherwise, and I'm like, oh,
that's awesome.
Yeah, I wish that I had studied the theory more.
That's where I'm at now. Like, man, I should have just stuck with it and like grinded it out.
You can do so much without it. Like, so much of this stuff is like, I don't know. It's like speaking English and then like trying to write like the greatest novel ever in English, right?
Gotcha.
Like,
that makes sense. I like that.
One person can like talk and communicate and have a perfectly fine, enjoyable life speaking that language. The other person goes, well, I want to do something like higher than that, right? And more like long lasting or whatever. And so, then you have to like know, what are these elements? What am I putting in here? You know, how does this all work together? So, or even poetry. Like that's another example of like using language theory. Anyways.
Yeah.
I'm nerding out about, sorry.
No, I got you. But I wanted to ask you something from your perspective. How do you feel about like the state of music? Like, what I mean by that is being in like a digital age, how everything's kind of consumed and like produced, and it's so accessible now. Yeah. I was like picking people's brains on like in the singer songwriter world, do you feel like it's made like a pretty big impact, as opposed to like even something as simple as like record sales versus like streaming, and as a musician making that monetary gain, like. How do you, like, is there any perspective you want to shed on it?
Yeah, I mean, I depends on what day you catch me on. Like, because some days I'm like, the whole thing's falling apart and we shouldn't be doing this or whatever. And, burn the industrialist down, let's go. And then other days I'm like, well, like there's a lot of it that's made it, it is possible for me to do this. Like, I can do this full time and I'm not in like, I don't have to play in a cover band if I don't want to play in a cover band.
For sure.
To play live forever. Now, like, could I make a lot of money doing that? Yeah, for sure you could. But like, anyways. I
guess like personal preference at that point. Kind of.
I don't know. I think it's just changing. I think everything's just changing. And I honestly think, I was listening to this podcast yesterday about like, why Google sucks now and like why Instagram sucks, because like it used to be this cool product that like did cool stuff, and now like your Instagram feed is just like spam accounts, and like it's just like, well, we could have this cool thing and like really access the 3,000 people that follow me on Instagram. No brag there, but like I post something on Instagram and it's not up to the people that follow me to decide whether it's valuable content or not.
Right, okay.
It's up to this corporation to decide whether it shows it to them. And then they have to decide after that. But it's got to get through all of their garbage stuff that's like these like joke accounts and stuff that you're just like, well, and so you're like constantly just playing this
hurdles
like
and you
hamster wheel of a game to get your stuff back in front of the people that already know about you through this third party thing. So that part of it is really awful.
Right.
And I think is like not good for art at all, like, or music or independent artists in general. The catch is that you like have to do it now. Like it's like, if you don't have this stuff, it's hard to get booked. It's hard to get anybody to pay attention to what you're doing. But on the other hand, you can get lots of attention for what you're doing just by being high quality and, picking and choosing what you do and getting in the right places. And
Doing a
building
TikTok
up a thing.
dance.
Yeah, but like, but I mean, it's it's all up in the air because I talked to somebody a couple of weeks ago about an account that like it has thousands and tens of thousands of followers, and when they go play a show, it's like pulling teeth to get record sales,
okay.
To get
Gotcha.
CD sales out of people, and it's like, well, what's reality and what's not? Like that looks really great on the internet, but then like the actual like boots on the ground, like rubber hits the road, like who's buying tickets to this thing?
Yeah.
Is not that group of people, and that's not the artist's fault that they're not buying the tickets.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know, like, because you're like, the metric should be, if I have 20,000 followers, 10% of those people show up, cool, I can play a 2,000 person venue. That's absolutely not true. None of those numbers mean anything. They're all false. They're all fake.
It's insane.
I mean, I'm sure half of my followers are just bot accounts anyways, because I'm like, I have a public account. So anyways, I'm rambling about this.
No. I asked, yeah.
Yeah, it's, I don't know. It's not great on the internet, but conversely on the internet, like we have this, like you can do this, like you and I can
For sure.
do this. We can talk about what's going on. I can present my music. We can talk about the whole thing, and we can just upload it and
give it to the world.
People will watch it, and you go, okay, cool. So that's there, and then also like on the other side, like I have an email list that's run through a little app on my phone. Like I can just email 200 people, however many people are on there, and just send an email directly to these people that actually want to really engage with what I'm doing and what's going on, and it goes right to their inbox and shows up as a little blip on their phone.
Yeah.
So I don't have to go through Instagram or the matrix, or the algorithm is the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
So, it cuts both ways, and it's like we have the potential to have such good things through all this, but it just feels like so many people are not interested in good stuff and doing it well.
It's kind of crazy what will gain kind of popularity now, as opposed to like, again, what I think is like genuine, or like what I think is like really good. My perspective versus the world is a different argument in its own.
Yeah.
But I did want to ask, do you plan on doing like more full band shows then? Because I know you did your album release here. That was cool.
Yeah.
And I've been wanting to see more.
Yeah, we did the band thing here, the 3-piece, which is fun. And then we're going to go do that next month in March. Obviously, next month is March. This is February 26th. We're going to do it at the end of March on the 23rd at the Old Quarter. And then at this cool place in Lockhart called Old Pal, we're going to play there. And that's just that's the only 2 band shows I have coming up.
Do you just prefer doing like the solo?
Yeah, it's just easier. Like I had a band for a while, and I love all the guys that I've played with. And went through lots of different members and different iterations of that, and we toured all over the place, and it was really, really fun. But everybody goes their separate ways and does different things.
Okay.
And I think my different thing is just like I said earlier, like leaning into my curiosities.
Okay.
And my curiosities are less like I should have a rock band right now, and more like, how can I, if I do use a band, like how can I accentuate the thing that I'm into right now, and like this style, like whatever style of guitar playing I'm doing, like
not too many cooks in the kitchen, so to speak.
Yeah, like I did a duo a long time ago, like last year, with this guy named Steve Hammond, who's a keyboard player here in town, and he said, "What do you want me to do?" And I was like, "Just bring your spaceship, like bring all the stuff, because I'm going to bring mine." And I think I had like 4 guitars, pedal board, amp, like direct in, like the whole 9 yards on my side, and then he had this huge rig of like different synthesizers and pedals and everything, and we just like live did this like really musical thing together.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful, and it's like, could I repeat that? Yeah, we could do that again. Like, do I want to make that like the thing that I do?
Sure. I
Not really. It was really fun and
really
really beautiful, and I love it, but like I would like to do an Irish band every once in a while. I would like to do this. I would like to, like do all kinds of stuff. Like I've done duos with Clint Kirby, the guy that plays drums with me.
Yeah.
Like where I just like play sloppy like slide electric guitar, and he does like, we do like a black, it's just silly, like, but it's fun for that moment,
Yeah, no,
So,
I love that.
I just like having fun. So whatever seems like it's going to be a good time is the thing that I'm going to do with the band.
No, that's a good perspective to keep. You're always going to just keep.
Yeah, because I play
ambition
music.
going.
Like I already play. I'm gonna be playing music one way or the other. It's just like, how do I fit these pieces into this to like accentuate what I'm doing?
I just thought when COVID happened. So as someone who's full time, your money basically relies on like paid gigs playing full time. Like how did that affect you? Because now I'm curious, like,
For the first 2 weeks, it was awesome. I was like,
Yeah.
this is the greatest thing. Because I have like deep like performance anxiety about like I have to be like doing something all the time.
Okay.
And like if I'm not working that weekend, it's like my fault, and I get really depressed if I have a weekend off. And so that was like the most freeing feeling I've ever had.
Heard.
And this is not a popular opinion on COVID.
Well,
I know it was a very bad time for a lot of people.
it was, and I'll agree.
And,
I felt, I was like,
it
I'm
was
chilling.
horrendous. But those first 2 weeks were like, it's not. My thought was, it's not my fault that I can't do anything right now, and it
Gotcha.
just felt really good to just like sit there.
No, I agree. I
But
got
then
to
after
find
2
time
weeks, I
to
ran
sit
out of
down.
money and was like, oh crap.
Yeah, and then you're like, what do I do? Yeah.
Yeah. So I sold garden beds, and then
That's right. I do remember that.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then luckily, the Post here was in existence at the time and was still doing stuff to like keep all of us
Yeah,
working. So I
exactly.
like delivered casseroles for a minute, and then I worked the door here, and then I got to bartend here, and then went back to just
Yeah.
playing here. So yeah,
We've had a good time.
we've had a very good time. This is a very special place.
Yeah.
Yeah, very important. Anyways, COVID. Yeah, it sucked.
Yeah, it sucked.
It wasn't fun.
It sucked.
It was terrible.
So, do you have new music coming out? Do you have, besides the March dates, is there anything that you want to share with us?
Oh yeah, yeah. I recorded like well, actually, I just thought of this. I forgot that I even did this. I recorded 3 songs with a band at Nile City
Nice.
studio here.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's super cool. It's fun.
I've always wanted to go. It looks awesome.
Yeah, it's just nice. Like they just have nice stuff. And Jimmy's really cool, the guy that runs it and engineers there. Anyways, we did 3 songs there that I'm going to do as singles this year, and then I went back and did like a solo folk album.
Heard.
Where
Okay.
I'm like it's just me playing guitar and like doing some folk songs, and I don't know how I'm going to put that out yet, but I'm going to put that out at some point. And then yeah, I'm going. What's coming up? March is Old Quarter. April is I'm going to Clarksdale, Mississippi. I'm going to go do a couple of dates in Mississippi, and then May is. Oh no, I'm going somewhere in May, and I don't remember where I'm going in May.
It's okay. We'll add it at the bottom.
I don't know
We'll
what I'm
plug
doing
it all in.
tomorrow, honestly, DJ. So, like, ask me what I'm doing in May. I know that I'm going on another little tour in May, and then hopefully I'm going to go up to Oklahoma in June because I got a bunch of friends up there to play with. So,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Just keeping busy over the years.
just staying busy, just
Awesome.
trying to get back on the road. Like COVID, like I had a car that just stopped working right before COVID. And so I couldn't tour anymore, and then COVID happened, and it was just like no touring, and then I never really got my feet back under me touring-wise
Gotcha.
after that. So that's what I'm doing with this, is like trying to put stuff out and like start touring again, because I just love it. It's my favorite.
I'll drive.
Like I love playing guitar, but I love
Well,
love driving for like 6 hours at a time and playing shows. It's my favorite thing. I love it.
that's good. Just road dogging.
It's the best.
All right. Well, go ahead. We'll jump into your last set.
Okay, let's do that. Speaking of touring, this is a song that I wrote while I was on tour with the band that we used to have.
Yeah. Quick little talk.
May you return with the Spirit upon you. Winds of the west in your hair. Your eyes filled with the gilded sunset. Fall breeze in the air. Tumbling down into the canyon. Yellow, gold, and evergreen. May the joy that you find there, mixed with the sorrow that you see, and tear your heart from the dark and lowlands, climb into the mountain arms. Desperate lungs burning with longing, go and do what must be done. tumbling down into the canyon. Yellow, gold, and evergreen. May the joy that you find there mix with the sorrow that you've seen. Tumbling down into the canyons, yellow, gold, and evergreen. May the joy that you find there mix with the sorrow that you've seen. Well, there's a little bird in the branches of my heart, and she sings a song to me in the dark. Yeah, she sings a song to me in the dark. And when the springtime comes, she blooms with the roses, all bright red with the blushing of life. Yeah, she's blooming with the promises of life. But when the summer comes, she sings the long evenings, and in the autumn, her song, it sets the sun. And in the winter time, I'll take her home just to keep her warm. Oh, to keep her warm. Well, my friend, she has been through the mountains, and together we walk through the valleys dark. Yeah, we've been down in a valley so dark. But when the summer comes, she sings the long evenings, and in the autumn, her song, it sets the sun. And in the winter time, I'll take her home just to keep her warm. Oh, to keep her warm. And if you're looking for a love that's faithful, you're trying to find a love that's true, well, don't let it fly away if it comes singing to you. Oh, to you. Well, my friend, she has always been with me, and I feel her in the winds along the coast. Yes, I feel her in the breezes as they blow. 'Cause when the summer comes, she sings the long evenings, and in the autumn, her song, it sets the sun. And in the winter time, I'll take her home just to keep her warm. Lord, I keep her warm.
Jacob Furr.
Thanks
on
for
the
having me,
Roddy
buddy.
Session.
Thanks
Thank
for
you
having me.
being here.
I'm happy to be. This
Yeah,
is so much fun.
I've wanted to do this for a while, and given the circumstances, I was like, I
know,
gotta
it's
do
perfect.
it. We got
yeah,
it all
absolutely
worked out.
perfect. Yeah, this is great. Thanks for inviting me to come.
Yeah, thanks for talking with me.
Yeah, this is super cool.
With that said, anything you want to plug, anything you want to talk about, let the people know.
Oh, man, you can just go to my website, www.jacobfurr.com. Sign up on my email list is the best thing that anybody could do because I'll tell you what I'm coming to play and
Exactly.
music that's coming up. So jacobfurr.com, sign up on that email list.
Alrighty.
And follow these guys.
Yeah. Again, I was Daniel Alvarez. You just watched another Roddy Root session here on NoiseROT TV. Thanks to Crooked 2 Studios for helping us produce this show. Thanks to the Paso River East for hosting us and all the great memories we're going to have here, or we've had here. And, again, like this video, subscribe to our channel, click the bell so you can be notified when the next session drops.
Bing.
And that's a wrap, guys. See y'all later.